Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and all else to another video. First things first, yes, I'm probably terrible at Smash as you'll see in the gameplay. I fully accept that I'll be made fun of. Secondly, it's time to delve into the world of Super Smash Bros. Because we're here to take a look at a spooky creepypasta about the series. How do you make Smash scary? That's up for this story to prove if it can succeed. What's the point of waiting? Here goes. This story is known as Super Smash Hell. I can't wait to see what happens. Let's go! I love Super Smash Bros. Brawl being a favorite. Melee is the oldest one I got. Sadly, I haven't gotten to play the classic. Having two is good enough for me. However, there was this one copy of Brawl that I found and it was finally time I spoke about it. I was walking home from school one day with my best friend Paige. She usually comes after school to my house to play Brawl. We were trying to unlock all characters, really. All we did was battle and take some screenshots on the game to have a good laugh. "Isn't that a copy of Brawl, Felicity?" she asked me, pointing to a disc on the side of the road. How convenient of them to find a random Brawl disc on the side of the road. "It's probably scratched up, but I'll check anyways," I said to her and walked over to the disc on the road. Sure enough, it was a copy of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, but the CD had a red and white coloration instead of the normal white and blue. I turned it over to see it clear of damage. "Whoa! Perfect condition! And a different coloration too," I said to her and showed her the disc. She was quite surprised too. That's not how real people speak. We continued our walk back to my house, the disc still in hand. We soon arrived at my house, went in my room and turned on the Wii. We took out my Super Smash Bros. Brawl disc and put it in its case. I had cleaned the copy we found before putting it in my Wii, though the coloration of the game just seemed off. Like it was a bit of a darker coloration. But it was probably the lighting in the room, so we just ignored it. If it's really that different, I think you would notice straight away. Also, the author seems to really enjoy the word coloration, don't they? The game had booted up, and Paige and I had gotten ready to test the game out. We both had our Wii remotes in hand, ready to play. The game was normal at this point until we went to character selection. Strangely, most of the unlockable characters I had not had were there, such as Wolf from Star Fox. "Cool, I've been trying to unlock Wolf," I said happily. "But you didn't unlock him now, did you?" Though I didn't decide to play him yet. I selected my main brawler, Pit, and Paige had selected hers, that was Luigi. We began playing, but when we paused for a moment I realized something was off about Pit and Luigi. Is Pit frowning? I asked myself. He had a sad look on his face in the game. Luigi looked the same. We never saw anything else about the game when Paige was over. She had to leave to go home soon after. I decided to play that game again after my homework and all that stuff. God, I wish I hadn't done that. I decided to brawl on classic mode because I love that mode. I chose Pit as usual and began playing. First I had to battle Luigi. I kinda like battling my friends' characters due to finding the characters' weaknesses for the next time I battled them. The game began. I was at Luigi's mansion. The haunted house, however, looked like it was some kind of mini murder scene. There were bloodstains on the walls of the mansion. Though, when I paused the game to take a closer look at the characters, Luigi, his eyes were, well, where they used to be, but were black with red tears stained on his face. Tears of blood. What else would it be? If something is red in a bad creepypasta, 9 times out of 10 it'll be a red body fluid. Also, work on your originality, please. There's never a point to the black eyes and red tears in any of these stories. They're always just there to be spooky. I quickly took a snapshot. I had to tell and show this to my friends. Had I encountered a actual freaking creepypasta? Are we gonna see this snapshot later? No, we're not. I unpaused and continued the battle. When I hit Luigi, he yelled in pain. Don't Smash characters usually do that? It was sickening. I had been hurting a favorite character to me and my friends. Though, when he attacked Pit, nothing happened. The next couple of hits he made noises that meant he was in great pain. I didn't want to hurt him, but it was like I couldn't stop playing. When I hit him for the final time, he didn't get launched over the edge, he simply fell to the ground like he had died. At the end of that battle, Pizz's wings looked like they had a tint of grey to them. I was questioning why, but soon ignored it and was still thinking about the fact that I had actually murdered Luigi. I'll take it easy, he'll be back next round. The next battle began, and it was Marth and Ike, a team battle. Another favorite of me and my friends. It's like the game knew what characters were favorites and wanted to torture them. Ike and Marth were worse than Luigi. They had the same black eyes with red tears like Luigi, but their swords were stained with blood. Their capes were bloody and torn too, and again as they attacked, it did nothing to Pit, but when I attacked them, they screamed in pain and just like Luigi at the end, they fell to the ground all beaten. How is this any different than a normal game of Smash? I mean, sure, there's some blood here and there, but so what? Is it supposed to be scary just because they don't fly off the screen? Hit's wings grew darker and darker after each and every battle. It made me sick, some of them. What? Some of them? Fox and Wolf had their ears and tail tore off. Blood stained fur and clothes. Fox also had a bullet in his head. It was only until I had beaten that Star Fox crew when I noticed Pizz's smile was getting bigger. The Creepypasta style smile. What? What type of smile is that? I've never heard that expression before. His wings were also a dark gray and his clothes were stained with red. What had I been doing? The last battle was the worst. I almost got sick again because it was so gruesome. It was too gruesome for a T-rated game. Master Hand was mangled, flesh peeling off the bone of his fingers, blood dripping from the wounds, and the white was stained with red blotches. What happened to him? Its HP was 666, oh no. And it went down at least 50 damage each time, and every attack he got more and more mangled. At the end of the battle, Master Hand screamed in pain and fell to the platform, splatting on it. Some of its fingers were bent ways it shouldn't have been, and it died right there. As the battle ended, the camera view went to Pit, who had pitch black wings, a big creepy smile on his face, and his clothes stained with the blood of the other Smash Bros I had killed. No, why is this happening? He also had those creepy eyes like the others. I felt like a monster, a murderer. Oh, contain yourself, it's just a game, you haven't actually murdered anyone. Right? He then spoke in a voice that was much more dark than his normal voice. It was too creepy for him. Like what I done? Are you pleased? The game then flickered off. I took out the disc as fast as I could. The white on the disc had changed color just like Pizz's wings. The red coloring had now looked blood red, and only the creepy Pit in this monstrosity of a game was on the disc. I knew there was only one way to kill this demonic game. I took the disc, broke it in half, and went to the stove and threw the game in. It burned like it should have before I played it. Though I swear, I feel like he is still watching me. Don't worry, I'm your guardian angel. I'll always be watching through life and death. Wow, nothing made sense and was ultimately pointless in this story. What a surprise! Let's cut right down to the chase here. This story was extremely cliched and offered nothing in terms of deviating from the video game pasta tropes we've all presumably grown sick of. Finding a weird game on the side of the road, some characters act differently than how you know them, blood, gore, and murder ensues before the evidence, i.e. the game, is destroyed and something or other haunts the protagonist from there on out. The end. See, it was that easy to summarize this story. I think it goes without question to say that this story was probably written by a younger author, at least at the time of its publication, so let's not be too harsh here. I'm willing to bet the author simply read a bunch of different creepypastas and decided they wanted to try their hand at making something similar, but with their own personal spin on things. There's nothing wrong with doing something like that, of course, but like I always say, simply being inspired by something isn't enough. You need to update things and take things in an unexpected direction if you want your story to stand out from the crowd. You don't need to create the most out there and original story in the world in order to be successful, but taking what the audience might expect and turning things on their head, that can usually go a long way, especially when it comes to the horror genre. Super Smash Hell did not do this, and it suffered as a result. The plot was paper thin, and there was no reason for us to care about our main character or anything in the story for that matter. It didn't grip me in any way, and that's basically that. It was really funny at times though, unintentionally so, which added a lot of unexpected entertainment value. And my oh my, there was lots of blood, which is always a recipe for disaster. That should be that, I think. There's not much else I can add to this. With that said, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, make sure you give this video a little thumbs up and post your thoughts down in the comments below. And who do you main in Smash? That'd be fun to know. You can also subscribe if you'd like. I'd be happy with that. If you're interested in updates for the channel or just pointless yabbering, you can check out my Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat, and if you're feeling extra generous, you can check out my Patreon page. And finally, if you want to support my channel while joining the Hoodlum Army, you can also check out my merch store, Hoodlum Hijinks. Links are in the description. Please do check it out if you want to. We've got some cool designs over there. That should be all for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay awesome. Goodbye.